Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Saturday the 16th of September 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. Prime Minister Edi Rama participated at a conference of the NATO Chiefs of Defence where he declared that Albania will modernise the armed forces and guaranteed dedication in the missions of the alliance. We are united in the commitments of the alliance at a professional level. Albania's missions in NATO have never received negative votes in Albanian Parliament. Our participation has not been easy because of the country's restricted resources, but our presence will be strengthened by increasing expenditures for protection. Our armed forces will be present wherever they will be called upon. We will give our contribution in NATO even in the future, declared the Prime Minister. Mr. Rama went on to ask for the integration of the countries in the region so that the third parties do not threaten security in the Balkans. The NATO map lacks Bosnia-Herzegovina, Serbia, Kosovo and Macedonia. These areas, which are not yet included, are a factor of strategic ambiguity for our alliance, as well as a territory where third actors see the opportunities for penetration. Albania has an interest, but also a responsibility to transform this organic part of our region and our continent into a factor of sustainability and prosperity, said Rama. The Prime Minister gave his assurance that Albania will increase its budget for protection, even though this is a big challenge for the country's financial capacity. The Democratic Party chairman, Mulsim Basha, commented on the Prime Minister's statements at the conference of NATO Chiefs of Defence. The DP chairman called on the Prime Minister to meet the obligations Albania has in NATO before speaking in front of members and founders of the organisation. The Prime Minister should better meet the obligations Albania has before telling the member countries, NATO founders and experienced generals what the organisation should do with the region and its future. Meeting the obligations is not a tax, but instead a contribution for the security of Albania and the region. Edi Rama has decreased the budget for national defence with the lowest quota in the last 27 years. Instead of providing a budget for the armed forces for their training and increasing the capacities, Edi Rama has spent millions on facades. It is not only ridiculous, but also risky to act like a global leader when you do not do your homework, reads the Facebook status of the DP chairman. The Minister of Interior signed the order for the starting of the vetting process in State Police, at the Guard of Republic and at the Service for Internal Issues and Complaints. The Minister of Interior's order demands the verification of figures, their integrity and the professional capacity of all employees and directors. The Minister also ordered the establishment of a working group for this purpose, which will be headed by the Minister of Interior and will be assisted by international experts and missions from the EU and US. The active contribution of international assistance will help the development of a professional, transparent and trustable technical process. Work will start by making an analysis of the current situation and the main problems and will be concluded with a concrete package of laws which should be prepared by the end of this year. The main tasks of the work group are to analyse the current situation and draft a complete legal package for the realisation of the vetting process, which should be submitted within this year. This process is part of the Ministry of Interior's priorities and aims at verifying the purity of the figure, assets and professional skills of State Police employees, the Republican Guard of the Interior Service and complaints at the Ministry of Interior. All employees of the above structures will be subject to the vetting process without exception at all levels, from the top manager to the simplest specialists, reads the order of the Minister. Fatmir Jafai added that the vetting process aims to increase citizens' trust in state institutions. The State Police and prosecution continue with their operations throughout the country to seize property bought with money coming from criminal activities. Today, State Police seized 5 apartments, 2 garages and 31,000 square metres of land in Tiran, Vlorë and Laman. The assets are registered under the name of a citizen with the initials NJ. 4 of the apartments, with a total surface of 450 square metres, are located in Tiran, and the 5th apartment is located in Vlorë. The 2 garages have a surface of 40 square metres, while 31,000 square metres of land were seized at the beaches of Drimades, Porto Palermo, Laman and Himar. The overall value of the assets is estimated to be up to €4 million. Following the seizure of the assets, administration will be conducted by the Agency of Seized Assets at the Ministry of Finance. Speaking at the 75th anniversary of PESA's conference, President of the Republic Ilir Meta issued calls for unity for the good of the country and the Albanian people. During his speech, the President expressed gratitude to all those who contributed to the freedom of the country without making any political distinction. The PESA conference is an extraordinary event that laid the foundations of the anti-fascist National Liberation War and united the most positive and patriotic forces of Albania in a single anti-fascist front, which then prepared the country for November 29, 1944. We are here today to express our deepest gratitude to all those who left the political distinctions behind and joined in PESA with the major and common aim, the liberation of the country, declared Mr. Meta. Present at the activity, the Vice Mayor of Tirana emphasised that the Conference of PESA is a historical event which 75 years later reflects important moments and lessons for the present and future of our country. Albanian people have always known to unite and make the right decisions for the country and its future when history has called them. This is a big lesson for us today in the crucial moment of European integration to be together and make the right decisions to walk forward, said the Vice Mayor. Tirana's Mayor, Erion Veliaj, is participating at the Biennial of Architecture in Chicago, where he presented the project of Skanderberg Square in front of 140 architects from all around the world. During his speech, the Mayor said that the project has transformed the area from one of the most polluted into a democratic space for pedestrians. This project is a success of a 10-year effort that started with Eddie Rama and his team at the City Hall with the desire to have a pedestrian area in what was the most polluted space with the heaviest road traffic. This project was hampered by politics, but it was finally realised in the recent 2 years with the new administration of the City Hall. This project transformed the area into a square where everyone feels comfortable and happy, declared Mayor Veliaj. The Mayor explained that he sees this biennial as an encouragement to continue with the work to transform Tirana in service of the citizens. The evaluation we are taking in Chicago is an encouragement to further continue with our decisions to transform Tirana into a city for the citizens. Tirana is not just a city for vehicles, but a city where people can live rather than just a place to sleep, emphasised the Mayor. Mr. Veliaj gave assurance that Tirana's City Hall will continue to create more areas for pedestrians, which will be transformed into vivid areas through different social and cultural activities. One of the most important events in Albanian cinematography, the International Human Rights Film Festival, will be launched on Monday, September 18. Some sharp topics such as populism and radicalism will be addressed in the 12th edition of the film festival, which will be held at Marubi Academy from September 18 to September 23. The director of the Marubi Film and Multimedia Academy, Kutim Chashku, announced during the press conference that 39 films included in the festival reflect the diversity of the world. The president of the International Film Festival, Theodore Orlin, said that the world is in a crucial moment for radicalization and extremism. I am satisfied with the subjects that will be treated. Democracy and its rights are being threatened, and it is very important that the Albanian people participate at the film festival, Orlin said. The chairman of the International Film Festival Board, Robert Wilton, sees the event as a space for a common response to these challenges. We should face these challenges together and in a peaceful way, Wilton said. The festival will also be organising forums on human rights in order to discuss this year's theme. The International Human Rights Film Festival will end on September 23. Screenings will take place at the Marubi Film and Multimedia Academy, the Central Film Archive, the Academy of Security, the Gallery and Skanderberg Square. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.